Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Lori. This is Ask Dr. Lori Live. I hope you're all enjoying your day. Thanks for being with me. Everything's live. Everything's unscripted. I don't know what objects are coming. All of you, all are my guests. You are, in fact, from all over the world. Please, in the comments, let me know where you're watching from or where you're, of course, going to join me from. I'd love to see that. And if you have a question, put it in the comments. I'll answer it. That's the easiest way to get an answer right here live. So it's great to see all of you. Thanks for being with me. My guests are here from all over. Everything's unscripted. That's right. I do not know what's coming. So let's see what people have got. So it looks like we've got a very, very teeny tiny, itsy bitsy seed pearl probably necklace. Looks like we've got a classical revival style. Oh, it's got glass furnaces, actually. Glass, what I would call a standing compote, a pedestal bowl, that kind of thing. Looks like we've got a style, a clown. I am not a big clown fan, but, clowns are all right. I'm not like, ooh, creeped out by clowns. They're just okay. Then it looks like I have the White Elephant Mysteries. Oh, so we've got Ellery Queen. Okay, so some literature here. The Ellery Queen Jr. That's kind of interesting. She's a little bit dark, a little bit in the dark. So don't forget, plain backgrounds are great, and so to have some light. You have enough light, not great. And then I have a person who cannot count to one. Can we count to one? It's one object, one, not a collection of dolls. One. If that is actually one piece. There you go. So what made you select that one so quickly? No thought involved. Just boom, selected it. That's it.
Probably because she was the biggest.
Oh, you just went on size, right?
I did.
Completely on size. Okay. Can I see the back? And is there a mark on the back of her neck?
There is not a mark on the back of her neck.
Okay. All right. Well, would you trade your clown for the doll?
No.
No way.
No.
You're not impressed with the doll?
No.
No. Oh, she's an honest too. I like this.
I do too.
So why did you buy the clown?
Because I have a glass and crystal collection.
Oh, okay. So you're adding to the same collection. Anytime you add to a collection, I've told you this many times, increases the value of the whole collection, right? As long as you add within the same category, right? So you have a glass and crystal collection. Is it blown glass? Is it Italian glass? What kind of collection do you have? Or is it just like, I have glass, Dr. Lori, I collect glass?
No, I have a lot of Murano and Blanco glass.
Okay.
And some Ors 4s.
Oh, okay. So you have Ore 4s too. Okay. So you have some crystal Ore 4s and then you have some other things. All right. Okay. All right. So you would not trade. Other people think that the clown is cool too. And then we've got this piece of jewelry, which would probably look very nice up against the black sweater that you're wearing. So how did you acquire this piece?
At Goodwill.
At Goodwill. I like that. I think that's sweet. It's a little bit too juvenile for me, and it's a little too small for me. I always think of the jewelry. I think, okay, how would that look on me? That's how I am. But I would say that particular piece is really quite nice. Did you get a bargain at Goodwill?
Yeah, I actually was 25 and I negotiated for 20.
Oh, so here's a person at a Goodwill. All of you go, my Goodwill, they never negotiate. Funny, she got $5 off, right? 25, she got that percentage off. That's pretty darn good for negotiating. That's terrific. I'm happy to hear that. I hope all of you will sign up for the newsletter. That's right, the newsletter at drloriv.com. Don't forget about the newsletter. Why? Because it's full of good information that will help you. It'll help you to be a smarter collector. It'll help you to be a savvy reseller. It'll help you through the whole thing. So, okay. So first of all, I would say that the necklace, what kind of clasp is on the necklace?
So it's very tiny clasp.
Not crazy about the clasp, but I do like the little tiny pieces.
It is marked the symbol, and I thought it could be a Chanel.
Oh, I don't think it's a Chanel, hon. No, I think that clasp is a marriage. I think that clasp went onto that piece. I think that particular piece, it would be nice if it were Chanel, because then we'd be upwards of several hundreds of dollars. But I would say that piece, that necklace the clasp is probably faux Chanel. I don't think the clasp ever went with this piece. I think somebody strung it. And I would say that piece is worth just about $65 to $85 retail. I think I would not trade that piece for the doll, because the doll, in fact, right? So if that piece is 85, oh, we have a dog too. Okay, now we've got dogs and things. Nothing like confusing the image here, but I'll allow it. So the doll, however, is worth much less than that. The doll is probably worth about $20. So size is not always the reason for dolls. What do you look for with dolls? Yes, I like a nice China doll, right? I like that mark on the back of the neck, right? That will help you with respect to age. I also like an original outfit, costume, clothing, whatever you want to call it, regalia, but typically I would say that the clothing on that doll is probably later. But okay, so that takes care of you guys. Then been introduced this nice plate. I like this plate. This plate is nice. I like the gold tone. I like also the fact that it has sort of a two-tone metallic. It's got some silver and some gold. Is it porcelain on the back, guys?
It says Haviland.
Can you show me?
Oh,
sweetie?
yeah, I'm sorry.
No, never apologize. No reason to apologize. What does that say? Says Haviland
on the dark one, and then the other one says hand painted Stauffer or Stouffer.
Oh, okay. All right. So can I see the front? How old do you think it is?
1920s, maybe.
So you think it's young? Do you think it's younger than the clown? Or older than the clown?
Maybe older than the clown. Yeah.
The person with the clown, do you think it's older than the clown or younger than the clown?
Older.
It's much older than the clown. The clown dates to the 1950s. It's Murano, and I would say it's not the best piece of Murano I've ever seen. I think that particular piece is Italian made in the Murano style. Value on the clown. How tall is the clown?
12 inches.
It's 12 inches.
Mm-hmm.
Show me the underside of the feet, please. I do really like the umbrella or the parasol. I call it an umbrella because he's a guy. But I would say 12 inches Murano style, value on that piece is going to be about $45 to $60. And then I would say that the 1920s era plate porcelain with two-tone metallic, that piece is going to be about $40 to $60 too. So you're in the same ballpark for both of them. Now, because you have a glass collection, you could bump up the value another 4 or 5%. Of your clown because of the fact that it would be within the scope of that collection. So, for example, when I'm doing appraisals for museums and they have a whole collection of, we'll just say Murano clowns, I would increase value on each one of those clowns a little bit because it's part of a group, because of that particular collection. Because when you are selling that collection, that brings to the potential buyer the opportunity.
We only paid 50 cents.
That actually brings to the potential buyer the opportunity not to have to run around to amass the objects. When you present a potential buyer with a collection, it's worth something that you've amassed that collection. That's work, that's time, that's value. So good for you guys. Those are cool. Those are really cool. Let's see. All right. So now we're back to this book. So is there a publication date on the book?
1950.
Oh, okay. Was it part of a group of books, or did you just pick one?
Oh, I was 50 cents a book at the estate sale, so and I bought it for the dust jacket, obviously, because I loved it.
Okay, so you love the color and the actual, sort of the circus.
And I like mysteries.
graphic.
Yeah, I like mysteries, and I like children's books. So.
Okay, all right. Well, children's books and children's literature, as I've told you, and if you're not looking on my website and reading on my website, there's so much information about selling tips. There's so much information, of course, about all different ways to identify pieces on the website at drloriv.com. I hope we'll use that resource. It's a very good resource. And there's a search feature right on it where you can just search for whatever you need. It's very easy. And while we're speaking of easy, don't forget the Binge Link. Where is it? It's on the specials and shop page. Where's the specials and shop page? At the top of the homepage at drloriv.com. It's red. It says specials and shop. Click on that red text. It will take you to the specials and shop page. That's where the Binge Link is. You can always search on the website too. But back to your book. So it says 1950. Can I see the publication page, the first, what's called the title page? It should have a copyright date. It should have a publisher. It should have a publisher's city in it. Okay, so that gives you a copyright. Does it tell you the publishers on the title page? Can I see the title page? There's probably one page back. You know me, I have 12 million books. I can see them in my head.
Oh, I can't.
Be careful. Don't bug them. Don't start doing that. Be careful. All right. Yeah, okay. So value on that book, about $28 with the dust jacket. always get the dust jacket if you can. You know, when I was talking about real bargains, you know, somebody said, you know, I had an opportunity and I didn't care about the dust jacket, so I just left it there. Don't do that ever.
Always.
So no way. Make sure you do that. Make sure you do that. How much did you pay for the book? You said 50 cents.
50 cents.
Did you buy them all?
As many as I could.
Okay. I like
as many as I could sneak in the house.
Well, so 50 cents. Oh, you're sneaking things in the house? Why?
Yes.
Somebody in your life doesn't want you to have all this stuff?
Right.
Well,
Yes.
that's not good. You have to just tell this person, hey, I want what I want.
Exactly.
All right. Okay. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Let's see. Let's see. So I don't see too many questions asked in the comments. And yes, if you want to show your appreciation, you may do that as well. Super chats and super stickers are on. And I thank you for that. Any way you want to show your appreciation is great. Let's see what else we've got. Oh, goodness. I still have that sinus thing. I have that sinus thing from the change of seasons. Oh, yeah. All right. Oh, that's the back of the piece and Joseph's head. All right. Well, Joseph loves me, but he's not sure. He didn't really start out loving me. Then he decided he did. It was one of those things. He was like, I really like her, but then I don't know. He's come around, which is good. All right. So how many of those plates do you have? Those plates that I just appraised? Just one?
Oh, just got the one. Yeah.
Just got the one? And you bought it because it was nice, bright white clay on the back?
Yes.
Yeah. Show them the back. Bright white clay. Yeah, I know. Bright white clay is nice. You know what? Yeah, I know. It's very good. You could do Vanna White. You know, remember Vanna White from, I don't know, is that show even still on? Maybe. Anyway, but I like that. Well, they messed up Jeopardy. I don't even know who hosts Jeopardy anymore. It's very confusing to me. So it's like, is it Jeopardy? Isn't it Jeopardy? You know? Anyway, there you are. So Matthew, always good to see you, Matthew. Matthew's a great supporter of the channel too. And let's see, what else have we got? Is the plate gold leaf or just gold in color? Similar ones were listed, platinum and gold. Yeah, it's real gold. It's real metallic. It's the real deal. Yeah. So, but that's something that's a good question because, you know, a lot of people will list things as gold as opposed to something like gold tone metal or gold plated or something because people just say, oh, it's gold and I believe that everything's gold. So you really have to be careful and you have to know your sources. A lot of you are making this big mistake. You are going to a site. I had this happen with actually an online appraisal. Somebody saw something that was listed for sale and thought, in fact, that there was a mistake because they were believing what was listed for sale, which was incorrectly identified and incorrectly listed. You got to get the information right. So yes, that's a good question. So yes, they would use actual, of course, gold plating, platinum plating. Platinum plating was very popular in the 1950s and 60s. You see those bands and sterling silver too, those bands around dinnerware, high quality china would have, of course, 22 karat gold, you know, that band around a lot of china. So yes, if it says platinum, yes, it certainly is. So that's nice. And then there's this piece, red glass, right? We've got some scroll work details, nice enameling, different figures as you move it around. How did you acquire this?
I actually got it on Goodwill online.
Okay.
And it's
Were you
Murano.
surprised by that? Or do you find a lot of cool stuff there? I think a lot of people find a lot of cool stuff online at Shop Goodwill and others.
Yeah, I find a lot of cool stuff. I always check, you know, in Murano because they always have like some really nice things. But this one I just love because of the color and, you know, the painting, and I thought it was fabulous. So,
well, Mary Ann, bring it closer to the camera so we can see some of the details of the enamel work, which is the painting as you're describing it. And just hold it still there. So look at the figures and understand what's happening. These figures are actually showing people participating in creating artwork, right? So here's the potter, right? And another on the other side, there is going to be actually a glass blowing furnace, if you will. There, the glass blowers, right, against the furnace, which the furnace kind of seconds to, like, you know, a pizza oven. You know, I think it kind of looks like a pizza oven. But, you know, if you haven't seen them actually blow glass, it's really spectacular and an interesting thing to watch. And then is there a third element too? There's a third element. Oh, okay. So there they are and actually seated. And notice the chairs, notice the stuff around pieces. You know, a lot of people don't do that. People say, well, Dr. Lori, what goes through your mind when you're looking at it? I look at all of the accessory things as well as, of course, the main, it's kind of like getting the main idea. I look at the main images and then I look at accessory images, and that will help you with respect to time period. Can I see the underside too? Because like that chair that person is seated in, let's go back to the chair. So I'll make this point, then I'll make you move it. But thanks, Mary, for your patience. That chair that person's seated in.
Here we go.
Yeah,
There's
you notice it has that nice at the scroll at the top, right? And it actually has sort of a curved back, which is very typical of what we consider the late 19th century, right? So the late Victorian, the late 1800s, which is then revived in the mid 20th century. So about 50 years after 1890, you're going to see this change again. So, and this is when people start to go, oh my gosh, how does she know this? Well, I've been doing this for 25 years after establishing a foundation of an education in this field. I'm not somebody who just, oh, I loved antiques and I decided I'm going to do this. You know, I went the whole way. But I've also had the good fortune, and it is good fortune, to have met so many of you and to have evaluated over the years 20,000 objects a year, 50,000 objects a year, depending on the year, but consistently more 20,000 or more objects every year all over the country. So getting back to your piece, the color, I have to say, I like the color. I can understand why people would like the color. I like a deeper, richer red, which indicates that, of course, more gold is utilized in making red. There are certain, and if you go to my website and read the article about which color, which particular minerals, which particular additives, if you will, make different colors. So gold actually makes red. So tell me this, is there a mark on the bottom of it? What is it?
It has the Murano glass, Italy.
Okay, so it has a very clear Murano glass, Italy mark. Terrific. So I would say value on that piece all day, every day, $200. So now what did you pay?
It's great. I paid $30 for it.
$30 is excellent for that piece. It's a beautifully done piece. And of course, that's based on actual sales records. Why do I say that? That's the value based on what somebody paid. A sales record means somebody actually paid that much. Now, could you get more for it? Is it rather unique? It's not all that unique. What it is it's something in terms of the color that a lot of people will look for. They'll look for particular Murano colors. People like blue, people like gold, people like red. Why? They're the primary colors, red, yellow, blue. That's what we like. Do we like the clown that we had, all different colors? Sure, that's fine too. We like Millefiore, of course. We like the rods. We like all of that stuff. But a nice, good piece of red glass, you're going to resell that easily every day or keep it and enjoy it for yourself. But again, anything that shows the arts from Italy is really wonderful. So are there chips around the lip? So you're saying that there are chips around the lip.
No, there's nothing.
Even with chips around the lip, Dr. Lori, you're already questioning my value. Okay, that's fine. That's fair. So Mary, you're with that piece. I don't see chips. Are there chips?
No, nothing. It's beautiful. I'm really shocked.
So what my friend, and I didn't see her name, but what my friend might be seeing is the reflection. Oh, that's Meryl. I'm sorry, Meryl. I didn't see your name the first time. What Meryl might be thinking she's seeing is actually a reflection. But if you close your eyes and you put your hand around it.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
No.
There's
probably
nothing.
the reflection from the lights that I have, all the lights I have on.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of different things going on. And I appreciate the lights because we have to see it. But I'm glad that Meryl asked the question. I'd rather have you ask the question. I told you, ask the question she asked. That's good. So yes, that value, I would say, based on actual sales record, $200. You always think it's worth less. All of you. You all do this. You all do this. Oh, it's not worth that. Oh, it's not worth that. Oh, I can't get that. Yes, you can, and you have. I have shown it to you on these videos over and over again. Dr. Lori, you said it was worth this. I didn't think it was, but you know what happened? My husband was laid up. We had all these bills. I listened to your videos. I tried to sell this, and you know what? It worked like magic. It's not magic. It's based on me having shown people how to do it for years. So I'm very happy that you folks are telling me your success stories. And even if you're having issues, Dr. Lori, I don't know how to sell this. Can you help me? Hey, I'm here to help you. I'm helping you. So watch the videos, use the binge link. And thank you to Mary for that. And thank you to Meryl for her question too. I like her question. Where will you be live in the future? Minnesota, Wisconsin, maybe. Hey, let me explain something to you. I explain this all the time. I am a person who does not crash a wedding. Do you crash a wedding? I got to be invited to these places. So big events invite me. They book me to be their headliner and I show up and I do my shows. I don't just decide one morning, I get up, it's Sunday morning and I say, I think I'm going to book myself in Honolulu. I am booked. I mean, there's a whole system of that. So if you'd like me to come to your particular neck of the woods, and I'd love to, and I will, you need to get in touch with whomever does these big events. And you say, you know what? I like Dr. Lori. I know she does these very, standing room only, very popular appraisal shows. I'd like to know if you want to be involved in booking her. Present any of these particular things or get in touch with us and say, I'd really like her to be in this place or that place. But most of the time, all of the time, I am invited to attend. I'm invited to headline. I'm invited to lecture or speak. And that's anything from home and garden shows to museums to private events to public events to fundraisers, anywhere. So yeah, I have nothing against Wisconsin and Minnesota. I'll be happy to go there too. So people think, she only wants to go to certain places. Not true. So where can you find out where I'm going to be and where I'm going to be appearing? drloriv.com. And of course, the events page. It says appearances. There's a tab at the top of the website that says appearances. So, and I hope that you will all appear too. If you're looking at it, it's very easy to find. You can find it, of course, just go on to drloriv.com. And right there, the second one after About Dr. Lori, it says appearances. And just click on it. That's where I will be, of course, where I will be appearing. Now, if you have a question, prior to that, you can always submit a question or photos to, of course, my website. Lori, always good to see Lori. Lots of you, of course, are showing your appreciation in all different ways, and I appreciate it very much. So thank you for being with me. My guests are here. I want to show you what to look for. All different objects, all different people, all different places. So there we go. We need a lot more light in the background. Way too dark there. Way too dark. Kind of like, it's like chiaroscuro. Do you know what chiaroscuro is? Caravaggio, remember the Italian Baroque Caravaggio, the artist? He would put all of the important stuff would come out of the darkness and into the light. I need light.
Into the light.
Got to give me light from the back too. Then I've got this piece, which looks like it could be emeralds with some diamonds, a little pin. It could also be faux, but we don't have a background because I'm kind of competing with your eyeglasses. That's better. All right. So, okay. So faceted stones. And can I see the back of that pin? It looks like her connection's not that good.
No.
And then I've got this piece over here. I've got this nice floral Asian-inspired bulbous vase.
Yes.
That piece is nice. And is there a mark on the bottom? And it looks like your camera needs to have a little wipey over it. Your camera lens is dirty. So maybe next time you're going to think about that. I can't see that mark very well. And then I've got this piece that this gentleman is moving all over the place. So maybe he would keep it still. What's your name, sir?
Lawrence.
Oh, Lawrence, how are you?
Oh my God. It's like the fourth time I've been on here and I've been waiting. This thing
and
right
you
here.
might have to wait some more, Lawrence. That's just how it goes. Right? You just might have to wait. I mean,
I've been waiting.
I'm so excited.
Everybody's been waiting. Oh, if everybody's going to complain, I'm going to a whole new group.
Oh my God.
Complaining, I'm not listening to at all because
so
it's something I'm happy to do, but come on. Oh, I've been waiting. Oh, I've been waiting. Oh, I've been waiting. I know. I'm trying to talk to you and see what you've got. So, but no, I mean, So basically, what I want you guys to think about with respect to this is good connections if you can. That will be helpful. A nice plain background will be great. And don't forget when you're looking at ceramics, first of all, the glaze is going to be very important, but the foundation of it and how it's built is going to be important. So for example, what Lawrence has there in his particular vase has a very simplistic foundation, right? And then you have, in fact, the glaze, which is somewhat muddy. And of course, there's a lot going on. So we like to see more design work as opposed to just sort of an abstract kind of glaze, right? That helps to impact value. The piece that the other woman had on, who I said, maybe we need to take a little, some kind of cloth or something. There it is. That particular piece looks like it is, because it is thin, it looks like it is porcelain and hand painted. There it is. So the porcelain is fired at a higher temperature. It's usually a thinner body, not like my body, a thinner body, right? And that particular piece is going to be of higher quality than Lawrence's if you compare the two of them. This particular piece, maybe you cleaned up this You cleaned up the screen while I was talking. Good
Yeah, I
job.
did.
Thank you, sweetheart. So now tell me, can I see the bottom? And that mark has a character mark. And you'll notice if you look at this piece, you can see from the bottom, from the underside, the very, very bright white underglaze, right? So it's got a glaze over the actual ceramic. And the ceramic, of course, is porcelain, which is fired at a high temperature, which is typical in Asian pieces. How tall is this piece?
It's about 11 and a half, somewhere around there. And
How
it's
much did
also bumpy. It's,
Okay, that's moriage, darling. So bumpy means it's moriage. Moriage is where they take wet slip, right, or wet ceramic, wet clay, and they actually paint on with it to make a texture, okay? So that particular piece is a very traditional, what's called palace vase form. So that form is ovid. It's very, very palatial, right, like what we'll see in palaces. And that piece is 11 and a half, let's call it 12 inches for, you know, what I would call government work, like it's about 12 inches. And then that piece, if you could just show me the back or the other side of it, just do one of those for me and stop. You'll notice it has these elements. They sort of look like outlined pieces. And then there are outlined areas like a cartouche, like something important is in the middle of this.
Right.
So we see a lot of that. That's nicely done. So you paid how much for it and where'd you get it?
I paid $25 for it because it was for my birthday.
Oh, it's your birthday.
But it's not today, but it was the day I bought this. And I thought,
the day you bought that, it was like, I'm buying it's my birthday. I love to hear that. I think you should all celebrate your birthdays, and I think you should celebrate them hard. Like celebrate.
Dr. Lori, may I ask? The background is like silver.
Yes, the background is a silver tone. That's right. So you can see sort of a metallic of the background. So it's porcelain. Then, of course, there is, of course, silver, usually in parts. Not the whole thing is encased in silver. And then, of course, hand painted. Time period, early 20th century. So 1900, 1920, that neck of the woods.
Nice.
I would say value on that piece, about $175 for your $25 investment. Could you get $250 on it? Probably not in this market, but in a good market, you could. And I would say that piece is obviously Japanese.
Thank you so much. I love you.
Pleasure. Happy birthday. I mean, it's late or whatever. What, hon?
I've learned so much from you. Thank you so much.
I'm happy to hear that. That's why I do it. So nice to see you. Thanks for being with me. I like that piece a lot. Now, again, it's a lot about, a lot of you say, well, it's not my taste. Quality should be your taste. That's it. Because me, I have my things that I really, really love and think are gorgeous. And I have things that other people would say, oh, I think that's gorgeous and you don't like it, Dr. Lori. Taste is one thing. I'm talking quality. I want quality to be your taste. Learn that. So I really would appreciate that. And, I appreciate it when you tell me, hey, Dr. Lori, I'm watching from this place or I'm watching from that place, or I have this question, or I don't know how to solve this problem. There's not a lot in this field that I haven't seen. There are not a lot of problems that I haven't helped somebody solve in this field. And there are objects that I have appraised that other people, I brought that to every museum. I showed it to everyone. No one knows what it is. You're my last resort. I usually know what it is. Why? You see a lot of objects, you know what it is. I talked with a friend about buying a lot of friar tucks. Can you share the values of some? Oh, like these here? Yeah. You can go to my website. I talk about values of course, many different types of Goebel and Hummel pieces. And then in terms of it, you're going to buy something in a lot. You're saying, I'm going to buy all of these particular pieces. Well, first of all, you're taking a lot of pieces off somebody's hands. So you want to negotiate that, because they want to make room. So if they want to make space is expensive, right? So there's that. The other thing about the actual friar pieces set. So if you have the salt and pepper shakers, it's going to be worth more than having just one piece, like just the toothpick piece. So the salt and pepper shakers, because they're a set, are going to be worth more. The other thing you have to think about is how well are they decorated? How well are they hand painted? They're earthenware ceramic, right? And then they are hand painted. So remember, some of them are painted better than others, even by just a little. So you have to really start to scrutinize them. So when you see them, for example, right here on this table, this one is not painted as well as some of the others. And then there's also, of course, condition. Have they been in a smoky house? You can usually tell that too. So look for all of those things. But value will range. Some very, very low and some well into the hundreds or thousands. So I have a beautiful chain that says 750, and on the bottom of the clip, it says plated. Okay, I've searched high and low for a 925 or some mark. It's nowhere to be found. Is that possible? The 750 could be relating to, but I have a whole web pages, in fact, about gold marks and what they should look like. So there's that. You can look at that at drloriv.com. And I've done many videos, if you're using the Binge Link, many videos, of course, that relate to what different types of plating marks are out there. So you're looking for and thinking, oh, if it's gold plated, it has to be gold plated over sterling silver. That's why you're looking for a 925. That's not always the case. Well, I had somebody on a video call just the other day. He goes, oh, I saw all your videos. I don't use your binge link. I don't need to binge anymore. I've seen everything. And I said, really? You've seen my nearly 1,000 videos? And he just stopped. And he said, oh, no, I haven't. And well, use the binge link, will you? Come on. We made you the binge link to make it easy. Use the binge link. Where is it? drloriv.com, specials and shop page, scroll down, big red button, binge link. Use it. You'll be happy you did. And some of the things have to do with the fryers and have to do with, of course, those plating marks. It's a little easier when I think it's easier if you're learning about marks to read it on the website and go from there. The still life behind me is painted by an artist named Dubois, 19th century artist. It does have an inclusion, abrasion or such. I don't know if you can see it, but there's an occlusion or an abrasion right here on that piece. And that was the result of a tumble that I took. And I actually took out the painting with me. So that happens. That's why paintings should be on walls. They shouldn't be, in certain places where they might get hurt. But Dubois is the artist. And I like still life paintings. I like the fact that there's a fantastic still life artist whose work I really love. His name is Chris Wright, a Pratt Institute artist, and he does beautiful still lifes and has for years and years. And I only mention him because when I think of still lifes, I really think of his work. But he does all different types of things. But if you like still lifes, it's difficult to find good ones. Most early 20th century artists were very good at the art of still life. Coming out of course, the 19th century and into the 20th century, still lifes were very popular. They're not as popular today as they once were. So, and that's just, knowing how the market is. Got an ugly vase today, pottery. I should take a picture and send it to you. It's made in Peru. Yeah, Heidi, you should. It's easy to do. Take a photo, fill out the form completely. It's on my website. It's very easy to do. I will review it. If it's not worth the cost of the appraisal, I'll tell you that, of course, for free. So you can do that. It's very easy. A lot of people love that. They're just like, I'm just going to find out. Dr. Lori's going to help me to know which way I should go with these particular pieces. But yeah, you should do that. Happy to do it. My guests are here. I didn't forget about you. We were talking about all different kinds of stuff. Got some cool stuff too. All right. That's tough to see. That's a sort of a large, looks like it's got Arabic in the middle, a large brass. Some of those trays can be tea trays, and sometimes they have like a wooden crossed leg. Sometimes you have that, and sometimes they're just wall art for the other side. So, and then this is the back of a painting. So I'm supposed to be looking at the back. Is the front that ugly that you don't want me to see the front?
No, you see the back first.
You thought I'd see the back first? Okay. Hey, it's your painting. You want me to see the back first? Okay. There's the back. And then we've got the front.
Yeah.
This other person is showing me the front first, which I think is a little more normal there, Joseph. This young woman seems to be a little more normal to me. I mean, nothing against you, but, I like that painting. I like Joseph's painting. That's okay. I like his wife better, but I like his painting. It's a nice piece. You two are so cute. All you do is giggle. You crack me up. All right. And then I've got this other painting, too. That other painting needs to come a little bit closer to the screen if you can. Tilt the top downward for me so I don't have as much light. The thing I like about this, we're not in the middle of the screen. We're not not in front of the camera. You're sort of off to the side. You might have to put it in front of you. There we go. Thank you, doll. I'm sorry. And then up a little bit higher. I know you want me to, I'm happy to see your face, but let me just take a look at this a moment. Okay. The thing about this painting that I like is I like the moodiness of it. It really reminds me of artists like Turner, the great British artist of the 19th century. So that's a nice landscape. It's a pretty traditional composition, that the water comes right up the middle, and it doesn't stop your eye anywhere. It just kind of meander in that landscape. How'd you acquire it? And let me see the back if you would.
I acquired it from a local antique shop in the area.
Okay. How much did you pay for it? And was the frame with it?
The frame was not with it. I got it just so I could put it up on the wall.
Okay.
I got it for I think I got it down to about $70. I got it because I had seen you before, and you had mentioned how the frame on the back, the H frame, meant that it was from Europe, and the darker canvas meant it was older, as well as with the nails. And
I'm loving this.
Old.
I'm loving this because you're paying attention.
Yeah.
That's what I'm loving. What did you say? Darker the canvas, the older the canvas. That's true. 19th century, early 20th century. The nails are indicating that the piece has probably been re-stretched. The European stretcher is usually a darker stretcher as opposed to a white wood or a white yellow wood stretcher. Darker stretcher with an H stretcher, not a mitered corner. You know, a mitered corner is, I don't have a mitered corner. A mitered corner is this corner, right? But having said that, you're paying attention. It's the easiest thing you can do with me because let me tell you something. I taught at the university level for a long time. And you know what? I know how to get my point across. That's why all of you are succeeding because you're listening. When you're listening, you're going to be able to get the information from me. Those of you who know, you're saying, I've watched Dr. Lori and I've been able to get the stuff low and resell it high. You all know that's why you're supporting the channel. You're showing your appreciation with super chats and super stickers. You know that I've helped you. You know it. That particular piece is beautiful. I like that piece very much. I did an appraisal for Murano lamps. I appraised at 800. You sold them at 875. Right? You know. Thank you for showing your appreciation. Thank you for telling your tale. I like to hear your story. And your questions can, of course, go in the comments. I'll answer them right here. Back to her painting. European, probably British. I would say time period is early 20th century. And how big is it?
18 by 14.
18 by 14 for the painting itself?
Yes.
It's not 16 by 20?
No.
Okay. And then you added this frame to it? You added a 1940s, 1960s era frame to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Just so you know. And I would say value on the piece about $275 for your $70 investment. I'd rather see it if you were able to get them down to like $50 because then you had to add the frame. How much did you have to pay for the frame?
25.
25. So you're looking at 100 to be close to 300. So you're making about 3 times. Okay, still did well. If you're going to put it up in your home, I want it on an interior wall out of direct sunlight and very good for you for paying attention and knowing those things because now that golden nugget of information is yours and you can use it all the time.
Thank you.
That's what I like.
So much.
And then
from you.
You're welcome, honey. It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
And then there's Joseph and Hannah. Where are you? So, Mo, I don't know where you are, but if you show back up, there's the painting. I like this. See, this says to me, oh, we're looking at sort of a nice traditional middle 20th century or even mid to late 20th century painting. How did you acquire this?
Goodwill.
Goodwill. Me, the frame is too frou-frou for me, but I could see where people might like that frame. Me, I think that's a mirror frame. And what I mean by that is a lot of those pieces that sort of have this decoration here, right? Mm-hmm. Oftentimes you want something completely plain in the middle because you keep looking at the frame, you're not looking at the painting. And that's knowing how to choose a frame. And that's from years of experience in museums because you have to know which frame goes with which piece. It's a whole art form in and of itself. But how much did you pay at Goodwill for this?
I think around $7.
$7? Did you negotiate them down, Joseph? Because $7 sounds like a lot of money to you, doesn't it? Isn't that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't want to
I
go
know
down.
you, Joseph. I know how you are. You know, I'm not paying $7. What are you kidding? So, when was the last time you bought your wife some jewelry?
Oh, Christmas.
Oh, Christmas. It's a long time since Christmas. Come on. She must have another holiday or something.
I spent a lifetime saving.
Oh, all right. Well, okay. I won't get you yet, but I think she needs new earrings quickly, soon.
I don't. Anyway. That's what I got her, new earrings.
All kidding aside. Oh, that's what you got her earrings. All right. Yes. All kidding aside. I like this piece. Is it signed?
Yes. Is it R.S. Johnson?
R.S. Johnson. Okay. Mm-hmm. So are you in the South? Are you in the South of the United States?
Yes, Georgia.
Oh, Georgia. Yeah. Okay. So you got this there. And that's why I asked that because that particular piece is indicative of an artist who's working in that neck of the woods. And usually, of course, art stays in a certain area, not that it can't move across the country. But in this case, that's who I think this is based on the subject matter and based on the execution of the brushwork. I like the brushwork because if you notice the back, it looks like a suggestion of a mountain. And then you've got the hills and then you get a little bit crisper with the brushwork of the buildings. But all of sort of the land is very fuzzy and kind of almost foggy, but nicely done. I like that piece. How big is it?
It's including the frame is 25 by 20.
25 by 20 in the frame?
Yeah, yes, with the frame.
All right. Value on that piece is easily $250.
Wow, that's very good.
Thank
Wow.
you.
Pretty nice.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much.
It's nice
Yeah.
to see you guys. Take care of each other.
Nice to
Thank
see you too.
you.
Thank you.
Nice to see you. Don't forget about the newsletter. Sign up and we'll send it to you. It's easy to do at drloriv.com. I'm Dr. Lori, the PhD Antiques Appraiser. See you next time.